Greetings, it is I, Riffly Gaming. Welcome, guys. That bright light, I'm gonna have to fix that. Here's how I fix it. I just use something like this. I know that's not... My cat just meow? Anyways, I know this is not what you care about, but voila! I just fixed the light by putting a case on top of my video camera. You don't even want to see what my video camera's on right now either. It's, it works though. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be going over why Dragon's Dogma 2 is overhyped and will fail. Actually, I don't truly think that, but we're going to be talking about how it could possibly fail and how it is getting overhyped and could lead to people's expectations to flop. So yeah, let's get into this video, shall we? There's a whole Reddit post over this, which I think is a great thing to just take in. Personally, it's a great question. And here's the Reddit post. In your opinion, what would cause DD2 to fail or flop? Now, they're eagerly looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2, aka DD2, but they're just, decided to make a post over a what-if scenario. And there's plenty of comments over people's opinions on how it could fail. So yeah, let's get into these, shall we? Hope you all find this video enjoyable. I'm sure a lot of you won't, but if you do, maybe consider leaving a like. That's totally up to you. Up to you. It's up to you. But yeah, let's get into this. I think I said that enough, actually. But yeah, let's get into this. Sheesh, it's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, here we go. But yeah, this person said only severe performance problems could make it flop. Game going to get good sales in the long run because there's nothing like it in the RPG genre. But it can get below 8.5 out of 10 scores if it performs badly on consoles. 8.5? I agree. May even go down to an 8. You never know. I mean, let's move down a little further. Let's just read the, comments that are talking about why it could fail. This person says they think it's impossible for it to fail when stacked up against the original game, which I gotta agree. It probably has. No, it definitely has improved from the original game. I'll be real, I didn't play the original game, but this game got my attention. I think it looks incredible, so I'm definitely going to be playing it. It comes out in a few days. I mean, why not, right? Going to be brutally honest here. It's a sequel to a very niche game. That seems to forego a lot of modern design QOL features. I don't think it'll be a flop at all, but I'm not expecting it to be a massive hit that sells 10 million the first month or anything. Power World. I'm looking at you, Power World. But yeah. So, quality of life features, a lot of modern designs, they're saying. Once again, you never know. There are a lot of modern designs in Dragon's Dogma 2, but then again, there's also a lot of unique designs too. Anyways, I believe everyone who plays it will see it as a great game. Alright, let's skip that one. We get it. It's going to be good. It looks incredible, but let's look at the why it could fail. You know what I'm saying, guys? Let's get on that topic. Feel free to comment why you think it could fail too if you want. I mean, it might help the algorithm to push this video even further out there to let everyone know that this game's overhyped and will fail. Just kidding, it's not. It's not. I'm just going over a Reddit post over, the possibility over it being overhyped and the possibility over it failing. But it's highly unlikely. Overhype will cause a backlash to the general game community. People hyping up what it won't be. An epic with 24 classes, amazing story, tons of unknown monsters, dozens of new and exotic locations. I mean, it's going to be a good game. It's still going to be niche. Niche? Am I pronouncing that right? I'll be real. Man, I feel like an idiot, but I'm just gonna. I'm gonna figure this out real quick.
Niche.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's still going to be niche. All right, I was pronouncing it wrong. Whoopsies. That's embarrassing, but I'm not going to edit it out. Because why not? I mean, it's okay. No one's perfect. Overhyping will cause new arrivals to the game to expect a gaming masterpiece, which will cause a negative PR. and bad review campaign. In truth, the game will be a slightly better version of the original, aimed at people that like the original. What's the comments replying to this? I kind of worry about this a little. Seems like it's gotten some mainstream attention, and they definitely won't know what to expect, even if they think they do. Hope there's no ill attitude around it online. Moreover, given Capcom's marketing campaigns, which are to spoil the content of the game even before its release, either they all showed it, and so it's a cool game, or they are still hiding things, and that's incredible. But yeah, every time, overhype is the place of disappointment. Sometimes, yeah. A bad launch coupled with an overabundance of poorly placed microtransactions has killed a lot of potentially big games lately. I gotta agree with that. If there are microtransactions in Dragon's Dogma 2, it could get some pretty bad feedback. I mean, like, for example, Diablo 4, they made like an insane microtransaction, which was like the price of a whole game. I think it was like $60 something microtransaction. I don't remember the exact amount, which I think it was like a horse that was costing so much in Diablo 4 or something. I don't remember the exact thing, but Diablo 4 went down the route of microtransactions, and they compared it to the last Epic game that was that recently came out, and it's very similar to Diablo 4, and that's the price of that game, and they were selling a microtransaction in Diablo 4 for the price of a game that you could play that was just like Diablo 4, which is, kind of embarrassing and insane. Anyways, this person says performance issues and always online requirements. Always online requirements, that could be something bad. And performance issues, of course. But that is something we'll probably see in the beginning. There's typically some performance issues in the beginning of a lot of games here lately, but the developers seem to try to get those smoothed out as fast as possible. Well, they try to smooth out the problems that are in the games, as fast as they can, for the most part, because they want to make the launch better, a better experience for players. Let's continue scrolling down here. I'm not reading every single comment in this, but I just thought this was an interesting topic to cover over Dragon's Dogma 2. This is one of my first videos over the game, but I'm definitely going to be getting into it and playing it. It looks amazing, guys. Just figured this would be something interesting to make a video over. Just something a little different. Anyways, this person said, I don't think anything they have shown would let it flop. Everything seems to be improvements from Dragon's Dogma that we have seen. The original. Looking at it like that, yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 is definitely going to be a step in the right direction from the original. Of course, seems like they're making pretty big improvements to the game. It can only fail if Souls Bros smear campaign. It's because it's too hard without a dedicated don't take damage button. That said, it already was, I think, 14th on the pre-sale worldwide on Steam for a few months, which guarantees it already made a lot of money and probably already recuperated its 50 to 75 million developer costs. Wow, I didn't know it was that much. Woo! There's a lot of money that goes into games. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe it kind of follows Elden Ring hype, where it looks so promising and big and causes a bunch of new players to get interested without knowing how the previous titles worked. Big FS fan here, but after ER release, there was a ton of negativity based on how hard it was and lack of story direction. While myself and other FS fans probably know and appreciate like these quirks, others found it off-putting. DD2 might cause a lot of new players to jump on the hype train, and then they'll be put off because it isn't Skyrim, or maybe they don't like the no fast travel aspect or whatnot. But even then, it won't flop. There's already a big base of fans from the original games. Just like ER and its predecessors. I agree with this guy, too. He's got a good point. There could be a lot of letdown over people's expectations, which overhyped hypeness tends to get to people. But, with the amount of gameplay videos that have been released, I don't know. I think people are expecting what they've seen, because there has been a lot of gameplay videos out there over Dragon's Dogma 2. IGN specifically has released quite a bit. And yeah, the no fast travel point. I mean, you can fast travel in the game, but it's definitely harder. which I actually think that's pretty cool. It makes it so you have to explore and see the art that the developers incorporate in the game. And I heard there's like non-stop action throughout pretty much while you're exploring, so it isn't just like a boring trek the whole way. Oh, hopefully you didn't hear that. The obvious one is always optimization. If the game doesn't work, then no one is going to play it. Yeah, if the game doesn't work. Great ideas like no easy fast travel and no quest globe on NPC head will have its backlash, but that's it. If they had told me it was a 1-1 remake of the original with all its flaws but upgraded graphics, I would still buy it. I think someone who's never played before would also think it's one of the most unique fantasy RPGs they have ever played. I find it hard to imagine a scenario where it fails, to be honest. You know, Bad Dog, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't even know how this game could genuinely fail. That's why I thought this was an interesting topic. This Reddit post was it caught my attention, so I figured making a video and, you know, going over what people's thoughts were would be interesting. And I would love to know some of your guys' thoughts over why you think it could fail and why you think it's going to succeed. I mean, obviously, we got a pretty good idea on why it's going to succeed. It looks like an amazing RPG to dive into. Not enough variety in monsters? Okay. Lack of weird fashion? No. I have seen the character creation from the demo where you're able to, you know, create your character. Oh my gosh. There's already so many weird characters being created out there. The way it wasn't super hyped up by the media, I don't think it will flop too hard, even if it turns out to be bad. Most of the disasters in recent video games are because of the overhype surrounding them. Capcom is marketing DD2 pretty well in my opinion, but what most RPG people talk about is Elden Ring DLC. DD as a franchise it's not that known yet. Personally, I don't think it will flop. I have faith, and Capcom hasn't given me a reason that they won't deliver good games based on output in recent years. Yeah, Capcom does deliver with some great games. I have to agree with this dude. But with it not being super hyped up by the media, I don't agree with them. I think it's being pretty hyped, personally. There's quite a bit I'm seeing. Maybe that's just my feed, but I'm seeing quite a bit over Dragon's Dogma, too. A lot of people in here don't understand the world niche. LOL. Earth Defense Force is niche. Yakuza Like a Dragon used to be niche until Yakuza 0 Demon Soul was niche until Dark Souls Paradox games are niche. Total War is niche. EVE Online is niche. An open world fantasy action game isn't niche at all. It's a lot of niche. It having live service elements. Yeah. Ironically enough, it might find mainstream success if it goes that route, but it'll be a major flop for me, and I imagine most Dragon Dogma fans. Worst thing they can do is paid Fairy Stone DLC. So, once again, microtransactions of some sort. I mean, that isn't really a microtransaction, that's a DLC. I don't know. I don't think it could fail from a fan respect, but currently AAA gaming is in such bizarre place that God knows what sells nowadays. Real. That's real. The mouse not moving with the words in Dragon's Dogma 1 really messed with me at first, so I don't think it'd make or break the game, but I really hope lip syncing is on point. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I, for one, am going to wait. Hype has burned me before. As for things that could ruin it for me would be 1. Crashing and being unplayable from bugs and glitches. 2. Bad gameplay. 3. Bad FPS, even on good GPU and hardware. 4. Magic play sucks as a Magic lover. This would really stink. So once again, you know, the overhype scenario. Definitely launch performance. I don't feel like reading all that right now. Apart from poor performance, a best story not sufficiently provided. I think that would be a big negative point. If the game launches with major performance issues and it's clear that it can't be solved due to a major flaw with the engine or the code, that would be a big fail and a reason for the game to flop. I can stand a bit of a rough performance at launch, as long as it's nothing serious and they take the time to optimize the game further. I agree with him. Yeah, I mean, a rough performance at launch is, you know, something pretty common, and developers seem to try their best to smooth out games for the most part, especially if they're having, you know, problems in the very beginning, which is Typical. They like for Power World, the developers straight said they're going to focus on smoothing out the issues first, and then go into adding content and stuff for the game. But they want to smooth out the gameplay and stuff, which I think a lot of developers are taking that route. Overhyped, major performance issues, bugs on launch, incentivizing microtransactions, and false advertising. Yes. No microtransactions. No. I mean, if they're cosmetics, sure, why not? Because it's just cosmetics. But if it's like you could buy some fast travel points for these microtransactions, man, okay, I could see that being a thing too. Like you could buy the stuff that's required to fast travel for microtransactions. But once again, if it's just like cosmetics, I don't care. But when it starts to get into like you can enhance your gameplay and make yourself better with microtransactions and stuff like that, I don't know. But other common mistake developers make is to change too much of their game so its fan base doesn't like it. Okay, I agree with that. Try to keep it, similar to the original Dragon's Dogma, just better graphics and stuff, which I heard it's going to be like. I personally haven't played Dragon's Dogma. I'm not going to act like, I'm a Dragon's Dogma expert here. I haven't played it, but Dragon's Dogma 2's definitely got my attention. I think it looks awesome, and I'm sure the first game was really enjoyable if it's similar to Dragon's Dogma 2. But to be real, I haven't dove into Dragon's Dogma 1, but number 2's got my attention, so yeah. Overall, it's not that easy to ruin a game that already has a solid mechanic and fan base. Even Capcom would actually take 2 to 3 games to really mess it up. And Capcom, if Bethesda touched it. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video. Just wanted to dive into this topic. Figured this was something interesting to dive into. I thought this was an interesting post. It's just a what-if discussion. Would love to know your guys' thoughts over this. I'm out of here though, everyone. It's been a while since I made a video. It's been a while. But yeah, until next time, guys. That was weird. Peace. Thanks for watching. There's that brightness again. I'm telling you. If you have problems with that whenever you're recording, just do that. And by the way, our little secret. This is what it's standing on. My video camera, it's just standing on a bunch of games. There's Guitar Hero 3. Yeah, just a bunch of random ones. It is what it is. Peace.